Morning, Jeffrey. Can you hear me? Okay.
Hey, I can hear you. Hi.
Oh, great. Good morning, Commissioner. Can you hear me, Terry? Can you hear me, Terry? Terry. Good morning, Terry. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. I'm talking.
June 16th, 2021 meeting of the Mendocino County Civil Service Commission. Number 1 on the agenda is the roll call.
Commissioner Poplawski,
Here.
Commissioner Evian,
Here.
Commissioner Beth Michelle,
Here.
and Commissioner Harden.
Here.
Okay. Item number 2 is the approval of the minutes of the May 19th, 2021 commission meeting. We have a motion.
So moved, Terry. I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the May 19th, 2021 commission meeting. Roll call.
Commissioner Poplawski,
Aye.
Commissioner Evian,
Aye.
Commissioner Beth Michelle,
Aye.
and Commissioner Harden.
Aye.
Okay, it's been approved unanimously. Item number 3 is public expression. This is an opportunity for the public to address the commission on matters not listed on this agenda. Individuals wishing to address the commission under public expression are welcome to do so via email, Zoom, or voicemail message. I don't believe we have anyone here for that reason. We'll move on to number 4, which is the employee organization. This agenda item is to be used for employee organization representatives to present information/requests to the Civil Service Commission. Doesn't appear we have anyone representing employee organizations. We're not doing any closed sessions today, right? Okay, so we have this one piece of business here, classifications, a new classification for a caseworker. So I guess Johnny will kick us off.
Yes, good morning, Johnny Cranmer, Human Resources Manager. Before I get started, I'd like to introduce you to the new format of my memo to you. If you'll notice, the recommended motion is at the top. This is similar to the way, the board agendas come out, and I was hoping that it might be helpful for you in the future if it's at the top of the page instead of the bottom of the page, the recommended motion. And obviously, the motion recommendation I make, you can change it, but I'm going to try to write them out in such a way that it makes the most sense for me. It doesn't mean that it'll be the way you guys do it, but hopefully it'll be helpful. And this one's an easy one because there's only one recommendation. So on that note, this item is a new classification of caseworker. At the request of Public Defender's Office, Human Resources has developed this classification. The classification has been developed as part of the Board of State and Community Corrections as the Indigent Defense Grant received from by the Public Defender and the Alternate Defender. And the purpose of the position is to provide indigent defense services, including the provision of a caseworker to serve as a member of a defense team to provide assistance to the attorneys and to provide social and behavioral health casework for defendants and their family, including facilitating referrals to behavioral health, substance abuse counseling, encouraging and mentoring, monitoring compliance with treatment plans, providing assistance with housing, employment, and basic needs, explaining the court processes, and assisting in developing post-release plans. And that's all I have on that. And Mr. Jeffrey Aaron, your public defender, is here if you have any questions, and he may have some comments as well, even if you don't have questions. Thank you.
Well, I had a couple questions. So I've no real substantive comments or questions about the tasks, but it's the qualifications that I want to have a conversation about. And specifically, it's about the substitution, because I actually have a nephew that does similar work up in Salem, Oregon. And I can't imagine that somebody without an education in social welfare or psychology or criminal justice could be effective at this position. I mean, even sociology doesn't seem to fit, especially given my limited understanding of the vast number of people that might need this kind of assistance. So I need some help understanding how somebody with the substitutions that you're suggesting could be successful in this position.
Johnny, I can answer that if that's okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, members of the commission, for allowing me to speak. One of the things that is unusual about this is that Mendocino County has not had this position before. We do not have social workers or social welfare workers in public defender offices. This has been seen in other areas in small counties throughout California. Larger counties like Los Angeles, Alameda, San Francisco, Santa Clara, Sacramento, places like that, they do have social workers there. And all of this started a long time ago now from the Bronx Defenders and certain academic studies which showed that providing human services for homelessness, drug addiction, mental health, and things like that reduced recidivism and enabled people to complete mandatory supervision or probation or parole without reoffending. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a gain overall to the criminal justice system, and it kind of provided wraparound services for the clients. So they started calling this holistic defense or holistic representation. It's been slow to take off in smaller counties, which is sad, frankly, because we needed perhaps even more. We have many repeat customers who just by being mentally ill or drug addicted and homeless, they commit offense after offense after offense. Mm-hmm. And that's a drag and an expense on the system that we don't otherwise get back. So that's just kind of by way of introduction as to what we're looking for. And the reason why we've structured the qualifications this way is because we know that there are a lot of people who don't have associate's degree. They may have started, not completed it. They may have started a 4-year degree, had to leave for work, but have started working for a tribal government, for example, doing this type of work or things like that. And we know that people have gotten training on the job at those jobs, as people can get training here at the county. We don't think that there's going to be that many applicants who are going to have that sort of qualification. I suspect that probably more people will have a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree. But we wanted to leave it open for the extraordinary applicant who has had 4 years of already doing this work, because this is a position that's at no cost to the county. It's 100% grant funded, but it's temporary. So it's harder to find someone and train them to do this than it is to find someone who's already doing the work. And that's what we were kind of hoping. A lot of the work is going to consist of things which aren't really that difficult for someone to do, particularly if they've been doing it for a while. That is finding drug programs for people, finding housing for people, talking to people and finding out what their needs are. And remember, they're going to be working with the attorneys as well and with the investigators. So they're only going to be approaching people who've already been kind of selected as needing help or needing assistance. So they'll have a running start on that. They won't have to do like diagnostic work or anything like that.
Okay, but they're conducting client assessments and identifying risks and interviewing other family members and analyze, or let's see, compiling a comprehensive psychosocial history based on an exhaustive investigation. And those are all, yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but to have somebody, I was imagining what you described is that we have significant repeat offenses from people who are homeless, have psychological issues that have not been treated and not been addressed. And we really don't have the ability in our county to address that. And so this person is going to be engaging, even though they're going to be with an attorney, they're going to be engaging with pretty unstable and pretty challenging folks who need help. And so I just want to make sure that if we're going to spend the money, the money's going to be well spent. And I think having somebody with a lack of education jeopardizes that. So I hear what you're saying, and I just wanted to voice my concern. I certainly wouldn't. I mean, I think this position is really needed in this county, and I applaud you for making the first steps.
Thank you. We do have a list of tasks that they would be doing, and we'd like to find an applicant who could do all of those tasks. We realize that some applicants may be better at some of the tasks and maybe not so good at the other tasks, but the need is great. And the need is greatest for the simplest things, just determining what clients need housing assistance. We do have some housing organizations out here, but there's kind of a disconnect between the client and the organization. And we have other organizations that do great work like Manzanita, but again, a lot of times there's a problem with directing that person, getting that person to have the commitment to go. And this is the sort of thing that particularly someone who's had experience working in the field would be able to do. So in terms of just the hands-on initial level, they'd be really good, I think.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
Marilyn?
you.
Along those lines, how long is the grant for? What's the term of the grant that you're receiving?
We have 3 grant positions. All of them are, I think, between 14 and 12 months.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Sherry, you have a question?
Well, it was more a comment that, you know, having a degree myself, I would think that the experience is actually much more useful in a position like this than saying, look, I've got my bachelor's degree, which doesn't, I mean, when I look at what the years of experience is supposed to encompass, basic counseling assessments, so, you know, networking essentially. And, you know, none of that would come with a bachelor's degree. So, yeah, I don't have any issue with using the years of experience instead of a degree. And in fact, that seems, just from where I'm sitting, to be more important than a bachelor's degree, even though I truly value higher education. That's just my 2 bits.
Okay, do we want to have a motion here?
Terry, I have one more question.
Okay,
One more question, and that is under the knowledge, skills, and abilities. And this is just for some clarification. I noticed on page 10 under skill as you get down to the 2nd and 3rd bullet point, you start out with motivational interviewing, and the next one starts out effective interviewing. So I got kind of kicked out of the difference between explain to me what is motivational interviewing. Is that compared to, I mean, is it more important than effective interviewing? I'm just adding some I thought, well, maybe somebody could explain motivational interviewing.
Sure. You could do effective motivational interviewing. You could do effective non-motivational interviewing where you're just trying to get information. I think motivational interviewing is when you're interviewing someone, let's say it's a homeless, drug addicted person, and you're interviewing them, but you're also trying to get them to go for drug treatment and to go into the homeless shelter. So you'd be interviewing them and looking for things in their background that might incline them more to go to a homeless shelter. For example, if they had kids in the area, the interviewer might start talking about the children and how if they were at a homeless shelter, they'd be able to see their kids more and in a more structured way, things like that.
Okay, thank you. And with that, Terry, I would move that we go ahead and adopt the new classification of caseworker as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we adopt the classification of caseworker. I guess roll call.
Commissioner Poplawski,
Aye.
Commissioner Evian,
Aye.
Commissioner Beth Michelle,
Aye.
and Commissioner Harden.
Aye.
Well, it's passed unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Aaron, for your attending and giving the valued input so we could have the information we need to make the vote.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
So that takes us to number 7, which is other business, which we have none. And
I don't
number
mean
8 is the Human Resource Director report, and I see Mr. Schertz in attendance. So
I don't want to interrupt, but I also don't want to leave if I'm still needed. Is it okay to leave?
I think you're free to go.
Free to go.
Enjoy your
Thank
day.
you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Stay cool.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
For
you.
what you do.
All right. Well, good morning, commissioners. William Schertz, HR Director, and my HR Director report for June of 2021. First of all, I want to, Shelley Tubbs, hopefully she'll make herself visible here in a minute. HR's Office Services Supervisor and Clerk to the Commission meetings will be retiring effective this Friday, June 18th, 2021.
Congratulations.
Hey, good for you, Shelley. Oh, we'll miss you. Oh,
Thank you for everything you've done for us.
yes,
Oh,
thank
Yes,
you.
thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, Shelley began
Getting to
working.
know everybody, so.
Shelley began working for the county in the probation department in October of 2000 and joined Human Resources in March of 2015. So thanks, Shelley, for your nearly 21 years of service with the county, and we all wish her the best in her retirement.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Also, just so you know, service awards are coming up in July at the Board of Supervisors. It'll be virtual, as we have been virtual for the past year and a half. And it'll be acknowledging the employees who have worked for the county for 15 years or longer. And we have in those categories, 39 employees for a total of 815 years of service.
Wow.
Oh,
Some of the HR things that we've been doing, HR activities, human resources staff have started the process of entering the pay adjustments for year 3 of the 3-year pay adjustments for the market salary increases. These new rates are going to be effective depending on the bargaining unit that the employee is a part of. in July 11th, September 6th, and October 3rd. So that's the final salary pay increase for county employees under the market study from Coffin Associates. And I would like to mention that Human Resources staff continues to work very hard through the backlog of classification studies and including some new studies that we've been directed to start to work on by the board due to reorganizations and a board's direction to for some reorganization of some of the, as you may know, that HHSA is looking at being split, public, or not public, planning and building services are looking for a reorganization. The water agency should be coming online, and so I mean, there's a number of reorganizations that are happening, and of course HR gets involved in a lot of classification work associated with those. So we'll be bringing those things to you as they come to completion for your approval. So you'll be seeing a lot more of the classification work that we are doing in HR. And recruitment, we continue to recruit at a very high pace. That hasn't slowed down at all with the pandemic. We have, whether it be for permanent positions or whether it was for support in our pandemic response for extra help, we've been recruiting and recruiting and recruiting. So that ends my director's report, and we're here to answer any questions that you might have.
I don't have any.
No?
No. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes. Okay, with that, we've moved to the adjournment phase of this meeting. So I call this meeting adjourned at 9:23 a.m.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
seeing you all.
good job.
Nice to see you.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, Shelley. Have a good one.
Congratulations.